Hi, everybody. It's Nick Soper with Creative College Prep, and I am here with James Gilbey, the Director of Admission for the Los Angeles area and for Hawaii for the University of Alabama. Hey, James, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Nick.
Great. So we are recording live, and if there are any little issues with the connection, please just hang in there with us. I know James has some great information about his institution. We're just going to dive right in with the first question. James, tell us a little bit about the University of Alabama, and what is it that you find most exciting about some of the things going on there these days?
I think at the University of Alabama, we have so many options within our campus. We have 9 different colleges. Some of the standout colleges that we have are the House Business School, the Engineering School, Nursing School, and our Communications Journalism School. So we have around $200 million digital media center that's brand new. We also have a broadcasting TV network for 24 hours run totally by students. We have 2 faculty members that help it out. I'd say for the most part, it really gives students an eye opener really about telecommunications. We work big time on getting students JOBs, I call them jobs, for employment. Our programs are not impacted at all. We are 30,000 undergrad students. Tuscaloosa is about 45 minutes from Birmingham. I call it College Town, USA, just because Tuscaloosa wouldn't be there without the University of Alabama. So I feel like when students get on campus, they can really feel they're a part of the school. We put over about $1 billion on campus, just on facilities alone. We try to maintain it really clean, energetic campus. We have the Black Warrior River right behind us. So there's a lot of outdoor activities. We are a Division I school, hence you might have heard us beating SC not too long ago.
Careful around
here. Yeah, but we want students really to come out and check out Alabama. I always feel like if a student comes out to Alabama, they can see it for themselves. There are some great universities in the area, and I do feel like trying to get a student from Southern California to Alabama and see it for themselves is very important to us.
Absolutely. So what is it that you find yourself looking out for in applications that you find helps to set certain students apart from others or suggest that they're the right fit for Alabama?
I think for certain majors, for engineering, hence, you got to be pretty good at math and science. Nursing, it is our most competitive program. And I always tell students, you got to come with 2 feet in. It really does start with day one. Engineering's kind of similar to that. Our liberal arts college, there's 200 different majors to choose from. And I always tell students, it's okay to be undecided to come to the university, but you should know what you're good at and what you're not. Because I feel like if you follow something that you have at least an interest in, it's going to help you within your first year of college. But there are programs I do feel like you're going to have a sense of a commitment pretty early on, and hence the engineering program and our nursing school. The minimum GPA last year at the University of Alabama was a 3.66. So we're looking for a student, and that's an average. We go above and we go below. So I tell a student, we're looking at a student from California between a 3.0 and a 3.2. SAT, ACT, it just has to show potential. We want to take a student and graduate them. We're really retention is extremely important to us. When we take a student in, we really want them to finish from freshman to senior year. So when we're looking at that junior profile student, we just want to know that they can really do the work and achieve their undergraduate degree. The honors college, our honors college is a little bit smaller. We have over 3,500 students in our honors college. That generally we're looking at about a 3.8 student. We do admit students at 3.6, but we do have an application for that. We are rolling admission, so we take students all year long, but our general admissions usually gets finished about February 1st. Last year, it was right around February 1st. Our class was pretty much finished. So that's something to think about. And if a student is unsure about applying to the University of Alabama, apply earlier than later.
Okay.
If a student reaches out to me, let's say in February, that ship has sailed. It's one of those things. I want to know that student. If they're really interested in the University of Alabama, reach me earlier instead of later. And I would tell that to any student. If they're their top 3 schools, reach out to a recruiter, reach out to the school, tell them that this is my choice. Because after, if they didn't get into a UC of their choice and then reach me, it's a little bit different, So I always tell students, reach out to me earlier than later.
Yep, that makes sense. So what is your favorite story from your time working in admissions? What have you seen?
The pace. It's all about pace. LA is a fast moving city, and it kind of fits the admissions profile, especially in the fall.
Sure.
I left 5:30 in the morning last year on the 91, and I got hit from behind. I had a minimal sig alert, closed the highway to move my car.
Ugh.
And also, and the fact is, I got my car towed, everything worked out, but I still made that visit that day. And it was just, that's the pace of it. You don't even want to miss a beat within the fall.
Right.
And I think relationships that you have with all the regionals out here, it's fantastic. When a student is not really that, maybe University of Alabama isn't really necessarily what they're looking for. But if someone says something at a small liberal arts school, hence University of Richmond or Boston College, I've met those reps. So, I always feel there's so many interconnections with our programs. And look, at the end of the day, a true admissions counselor is going to say, look, we want you to find the right fit. Mm-hmm. So that's something I think is really important.
Right. Absolutely. And last question for the day is, what advice, encouragement, or words of caution do you offer up to families as they are preparing to get into applications?
Great question, Nick. Junior year, I call it the college fair year. Mm-hmm. Go out, look for college fairs, find the schools that you're interested. Obviously, if you're an in-state student, look at some in-state schools. Also look with schools out. I always tell students, have an interest. Look at degrees, look at programs, look at the profile, look at the retention rate of schools, because that's really important. And also get started early senior year with applications. And I always feel like don't let it come to November where you're still deciding. I do think there's a precipitous with SAT and ACT where your scores are generally not going to get much better in October, late October. Mm-hmm. So try to get those, because obviously I think if you get an SAT, ACT score that you don't like, try to get that a little bit done earlier with test taking. Sure. Because obviously the later you wait, stress comes into play. And really visit the colleges when students are on campus. Mm-hmm. I always feel like you get the vibe. I try to tell students, don't come too much in July in Tuscaloosa. We do have humidity, but we want students when students are on campus. And look at schools, all different profiles. There's so many choices to choose from, and reach your admissions counselors.
Great. Perfect. Well, with that, we are going to wrap things up for today. I'm so glad we got a chance to hear from you, James, and to learn about the University of Alabama. For the families who are watching who are interested, what are the best ways for them to learn more?
All my email, all my addresses at the University of Alabama, go to admissions. I am on that page with all my email, my telephone number. I'm easily accessible by phone. If parents ever want to meet me with their with a student, I always can meet them at a coffee shop or so forth, because sometimes it's hard to get to see me maybe at a private visit or college fair. So I always say, reach out to me. And I love meeting students and parents. Everybody has a different story, a different viewpoint. And I'd say earlier the better. But again, go on to the University of Alabama admissions page and you can find me.
Okay. We are putting all that information up here. So with that, we will wrap things up for today. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, leave some comments, and come back soon for more on how to get creative on your path to college. Thanks, James.
Thanks a lot, Nick.